expansion of the international economy is gaining momentum. This is spearheaded by powerful countries like China and Russia. At the recent state visits by Chinese President Xi Jinping in Russia, President Vladimir Putin indicated that they are in favor of using Chinese currency for trade in other parts of the world, like Africa, Asia, and Latin America. The Kremlin has been slapped with a raft of sanctions by the Western world for invading Ukraine.
Для нас была и остается тематика торгово-экономического взаимодействия.
A serious incentive for the development of trade and investment cooperation is the expansion of the practice of settlements between our countries in national currencies. According to the results of the first 3 quarters of last year, the share of ruble and yuan in mutual commercial transactions reached 65% and continues to grow, which allows us to protect mutual trade from the influence of third countries and negative trends in global currency markets.
Отметку в $200 миллиардов.
Another BRICS country, India, has indicated that it's putting into place a mechanism for international trade settlements in rupees. The Indian currency will allow New Delhi to bypass using the US dollar in case of sanctions. India is also a major buyer of Russian arms, and Indian refineries have started paying for most of their Russian oil in other currencies rather than the US dollar. Meanwhile, Kenyan President William Ruto has unveiled a plan to deal with the dollar crisis.
As a government, we have made innovative intentions and undertaken innovative strategy to ensure that we ease the burden of availability of dollar in our market. We just concluded last week an arrangement, a market-driven arrangement in our fuel sector that will see Kenya access all our fuel needs on a deferred 6-month credit. That will eliminate a demand of $500 million every month from this market. And therefore, for the people who work numbers, I am giving you free advice that those of you who are holding dollars, you surely might go into losses.
As India gears up to host the G20 summits later this year, and the issue of currency recognition is set to dominate the discussions among the influential economies.
The issue of the competition between the major powers about their currencies is an ongoing issue. For instance, as we speak, the Chinese have managed to make sure that in the IMF, the renminbi is also recognized as one of the currency. So there's always going to be that contestation for currency recognition for purposes of trading.
Meanwhile, Americans remain optimistic that the dollar will continue to serve as a global reserve currency. Kylie Kumalo,